Here it is now. Looks like something's missing, doesn't it? I lost my variegation on my Monstera, and it makes me really sad because it was really pretty. But it's not all my fault, and it's not all the plant's fault. So let me get into it. First, let's talk about what variegation is. Typically, you'll find variegation in tropical plants. So your Monsteras, your tropical plants. Tropical plants that live under the canopy of the rainforest. So the ones that are closest to the ground typically have the ability to become variegated. And variegation comes from a number of places. It's either a genetic defect that basically causes chlorophyll production to get a little wobbly. That's not the official term. Or it can also be caused by diseases. However, a lot of plants now are becoming variegated because of science, especially ones like the pink princess philodendron, or even I think the Prince of Orange philodendron, where they are actually two plants that have been spliced together, their cultures have been spliced together, and have resulted in a sort of Frankenstein's monster houseplant. That's more recent. Back in the olden days, before we all started having a little bit of fun with our scalpels, it was typically a genetic mutation or a disease. It wasn't meant to happen. And the reason a plant will lose its variegation is because it doesn't want to be variegated. It wants as much surface area as possible to create photosynthesis. Typically, these white parts don't create chlorophyll, and consequently, it makes it more difficult for a plant to generate the photosynthesis it needs to grow. It will only really allow variegation to happen if it's a super happy, thrivey plant, and it doesn't need all of that chlorophyll production. If it doesn't need it, then it's gonna let these white spots or different colors, yellows, whatever, come into play. But if it's really struggling to get the nutrients it needs, it's gonna shut down variegation and take over. And that might mean either losing the leaf that has variegation, that's typically how it happens, or if it really needs to, it'll just sort of cut off the variegation part of a leaf and just kind of like, you'll see it start to get brown and crunchy. So with this guy, and by the way, this leaf, this is how it came. I didn't do it. Can I get the variegation back on this guy? Maybe. Not this plant though, not as it is, I should say. What it's gonna require is a little bit of a choppy chop. And let me give you a couple of signs for what you should be looking for if you're in this situation. One, you're gonna be looking for variegation on the stems and nodes. That is your best bet at ensuring that you can find a way to bring back propagation. Now, what you're really gonna wanna look for is like a candy cane stripe sort of thing. For this one, I'll show you here. It has this right here that is like a splotch of white, but it's not really a candy cane. Whereas up here, I don't know if you can see it very well. Let's see. Up here, this one is a little bit more stripy. Consequently, that means that this one might be a better shot for me. But will this ever come back as it is? No, it has decided that I suck and don't give it enough love or light. So it has to go back to the way it was before. And you can tell that it has because this is new. And see if you can see like the difference in green from here to here. This one is completely green. There's no variegation on it whatsoever. And it's a bright green, which means that we have hit a chlorophyll emergency. Another thing to look for, and I guess actually my Thai constellation will be the best for this. This one is both good and bad. So it's good because it has something that Monstera did not have, and that is marbling. And you see it has this half moon, but for the most part, most of the leaves have marbling on them, and that's a good sign because that means that the variegation is sort of baked on in, and it isn't reliant on these kind of half moon designs, which are infinitely more difficult to keep variegation going. If you see a plant that is more marbled like this, then that's usually a better sign that it's throughout the whole system, and you should be able to get that variegation thriving again on the mother plant. For this guy, not really. So this one, we're gonna keep on keeping on. And this one, I'm gonna chop and prop. I'm nervous. I am. I can't help it. I get nervous when I do this. I'm always like, I'm just gonna really end up killing everything that I've ever worked for with my plant. But if I want what I want, I've got to do what I've got to do, right? One thing though, and this is coming from an amateur plant lover and not a horticulturist or a botanist, so if you are one, please feel free to chime in. But it's my opinion that I should probably wait to cut this until it's early spring and not winter, just because that's when its growth spurts are gonna happen. I don't know. In my head, that's what makes sense. But I can't say for 100% certainty if that's actually the case or not. Now, looking around at this, problem is, let me show here. So I have this variegation here, right? And then I have this non-variegation with the super green leaf. If I want to promote variegation on this node, which would be right here, this guy's gotta go. Well, I mean, like, this gets all chopped off, but this guy's gotta go too. Now I can propagate that as well, or just toss it into my aquariums and have that become an aquatic plant that sits above the aquarium. Not in, I have a whole video right here that goes into how to keep terrestrial plants in an aquarium. But like, it kind of sucks because this guy didn't do anything wrong. But it's not pretty enough, and I want it to be pretty, and so it has to go. I feel very like Wicked Stepmother doing this. All right, let's chop and prop. I'll cover this in my propagation video, but quickly sterilize with rubbing alcohol, wherever that is. There it is. Oh, isopropyl alcohol. That works too. Don't get it all over the place. Okay. Okay, sterilized. I'm sorry, I love you. I think, like, if you can see, there's this variegation, but there's this from the old leaf, so I'm gonna cut that off. Okay, that'll go in the prop box, and I'll show you this. You see this variegation right here. So that node, that starts like way down there. Let's see if you can see. See, it's way down there. So that means we're going down to the bottom. Oh, I'm sorry. I love you. And some people are so blasé about this. I don't know how you people do it when I have just massive anxiety about hurting my plants or pinching myself. Okay, so here we go. This one, gonna give it a shot, and these ones I think will go in the aquarium. This one will also go in the prop box, and yeah, I will check in with you later and let you know how it goes. But in the meantime, check out this video because I go into how to propagate correctly and make sure that your plants and your clippings survive. So let's go over there.